Here are my note cards. Here is my audience. If you can do what you do best and be happy, you're further along in life than most people. Leonardo DiCaprio said that. Leo is a man of many talents, including being an environmental activist that many people don't know about. He has strong beliefs and he is about the environment and has never been scared to speak his mind. And I think you guys should learn about that because one, if you're an environmental activist yourself, then you can relate to him. And two, being, like I said, not many people know this about him. So I think y'all should learn. I've spent a lot of time researching about his biography, and I think it's very important that y'all learn about his background and his films and him being an activist. Leo is more than just an Oscar-winning actor. He is an activist who has his own foundation dedicated to the well-being of the earth. Throughout this speech, I will be discussing his background, his films, and him being an activist. First, let's talk about the background of Leo. Leo didn't have much growing up, but his parents did whatever they could, no matter what. He was born November 11, 1974, in California, and he is 42 years old. Armelian and George are his parents. He's an only child, and he is German and Italian. According to White, Leo's parents moved to LA so they could have a better life, but unfortunately, they didn't have enough money only to pay their rent, so they didn't get to do a lot of things. They lived in the poorest district in Hollywood. White also explained in his book that his parents lived next to each other even after they divorced because they wanted Leo to grow up with both of his parents living next to each other. And even after his father got a girlfriend, they still managed to live next to each other. I wanted to share this specific background because I think it's important to know where he comes from and to learn what made him into the man he is today. Now that we've talked about his background, let's move on to his films. Leo has been acting since the late 1980s, and he's had plenty of amazing films that he'll forever be known for. He started his career in commercials and then moved on to TV series like The Growing Pains. And then his first ever movie was called Critters 3. It was a horror film in 1991. He then was in What's Eating Gilbert in 1993, and that was his first ever Oscar nomination. He then was in Titanic in 1997. Biography states that the film's production budget topped more than $200 million and was, at the time, the most expensive film ever made. He received another Academy Award nomination for his portrayal in The Aviator in 2004. In 2006, he earned his third Academy Award nomination in Blood Diamond. The Wolf of Wall Street earned him a Golden Globe for the best actor in 2013. Biography.com states that The Revenant was widely released in the U.S. during the second weekend of January, earning more than $39 million. He won his first ever Oscar for his portrayal in The Revenant in February 2016. Now that we've discussed his background and his films, I'm going to talk about him being an environmental activist. Leo has been an environmental activist for nearly 2 decades, and he has his own foundation, which is called the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation, and that was founded in 1998. It's about climate change, wildlife, marine life, innovative solutions, indigenous rights, and the California program. According to W Magazine, the actor was the subject of the 2016 documentary Before the Flood, which followed him on a 3-year journey visiting 10 different countries about global warming. LeonardoDiCaprio.org mentions that Leo was designated as the United Nations Messenger of Peace for Climate Change and received the 2014 Clinton Global Citizen Award. He granted $20 million this year for environmental grants. I picked to talk about this because, like I said, him being an environmental activist is very special to him, and he's been so in love with this subject for forever, since 1998. So I think it's important that you learn about this because he's more than just an actor. If you want to know more, visit LeonardoDiCaprio.org. In conclusion, I have picked these 3 points because I think it proves and shows who Leonardo is when he was younger and who he is now, and that he has many more passions than just acting. I wanted y'all to learn about Leo and learn about him being an activist because he's more than just an actor and hopes to help better the environment. I've talked about his biography, his films, and him being an environmental activist. Clean air, water, and a livable climate are inalienable human rights, and solving this crisis is not a question of politics, it is a question for our own survival. Leonardo DiCaprio. Thank you.